Luke, congratulations. The story of the match seemed to be after that first set, you just blew him away. Were you a bit annoyed to lose that first set? I mean, is that the worst thing you did, winning that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not annoyed. It was like, I kind of felt like that was probably one of the best sets I've played all tournament. One of. And it kind of like, you're kind of looking back and thinking, Gabriel was doing this and it's kind of carried on. So it's not like you panic, but you're thinking if he carries his on like he did against Nathan, because he kind of played like against Nathan in the last three sets. It's going to be a tough task for you. You know, I didn't really do much wrong in that first set, and but of course you go away from the break, and that's what helps you as a top player. You don't panic. You go and say, okay, he's had a good set. If he does it again and does it again, then you're going to shake his hand and say, fair play. You've been unbelievable. So yeah, I didn't panic, and won that second set in good fashion, and I didn't look back from there.
I was with Chris Mason in commentary actually, and he likened it to a boxing match. He said that he came out swinging, throwing everything in the first round, but you knew that you could sustain it for the entire match. Is that how you were feeling and thinking?
Yeah, that's a good analogy. To be fair, obviously you come out swinging, and when you're in the third round, then there's not much more coming back at you. You kind of can relax a little bit, and you can play with the jab, and that's kind of what I did. I feel like it wasn't like I was playing within myself. I was playing a game that I felt like I could have done even better or longer periods. I could have played at that level for another 10, 15 sets, but that's no disrespect to Kevin. He had a great first set, and it just obviously felt hard for him to then follow that up. And sometimes that does happen. When you have such a great first set, you feel under pressure to then go and replicate that again, and then when it don't happen, it becomes hard work. And it did for me in a few games I've played, against Paul and against Ted. My first two sets were amazing, and I couldn't replicate it. So I understand where it comes from, but obviously made it a lot easier for me in the end to win the game.
We've watched how your mentality's changed over the years. Missing out at this stage last year, was that in your mind at all as an extra motivation?
Really not, no. I think last year I wasn't in the same form, I don't think. I think that was a difference. When I won the World Championships in 2024, I was in good form, obviously winning all their majors.
Yeah.
Last year, I'd won some good majors, but I wasn't in good form. I know I won the Players' Championship, but I don't think I was in good form. And then this year, I feel like I've not won any majors in the back end, but I've been in better form than I was when I won in 2024. So I kind of feel like, I feel like from this, if we're sitting here now, I think I'm tournament average performance-wise, I'm playing better than I did in 2024, 2025. So my performances are at a better standard, but that doesn't mean you're going to go on and win it. But I do feel like I'm in a better place than I was 2 years ago and last year as well.
You did say after the Grand Slam you are going to win it. Look, everyone's expecting you and Luke Littler to be in the final. Is that what you're expecting still?
Well, I'm expecting myself to get to the final because, of course, I'm going to believe that's going to be the case. I kind of don't know if there's anybody out there that's going to be able to challenge Luke over such a long period of game. I don't, it's just being honest. I think everybody's honest.
But is that what we all think as well?
I think there's maybe one player that could, Ryan Searle. But can he do it against Luke? I don't know. He's one of my best mates, and I've seen him play against me and Michael and Luke over the years, and I've not seen a performance like that from him. So can he do it? Possibly, but I don't think I fully expect Luke to be in the final. And I fully expect myself to be there. It doesn't mean I'm going to be there. Gian is going to be a big test. It's going to be probably my biggest test because he's playing well and he probably feels confident. He's beaten me the last 3 times, but what's happened before will never bother me. I mean, you're in the World Championships. This is different. I've won it before. I know what to do, and doesn't mean he can't go on and beat me. So yeah, I've got a tough draw. I've got possibly a Gian. Well, I've got Gian, possibly a Gary Anderson or Justin Hood. But if you got a Gary, that's a tough run-in. So, but it might stand me in good stead if I do get through them to then possibly face Luke. But you can't guarantee anything in this game because anybody could beat anybody.
It's an interesting quarter-final lineup. You've mentioned some of the names there. Gary Anderson said his motivation is just to give a few players a headache. Justin Hood's is to get a Chinese restaurant. What's your motivation?
To be the world champion, 100%. There is no motivation. Of course, everyone talks about the money, but when I'm comfortable. I'm not worrying about the money. It's not like I'm there thinking if I win the Worlds, I'm winning £1 million. It's kind of great because it's going to be good, isn't it? You win £1 million, but when you win that trophy, it kind of gives you a euphoric feeling that you can't describe, and it gives you the greatest buzz, and it's something that you want to experience again. So for myself, I want to feel that experience again. And obviously last year I wasn't in that position. I wasn't playing as good enough to experience it. But this year I feel like I can. But honestly, I'm going to have to perform at the best I've ever played on TV in the next 3 games to go on and do it.
Do you feel like you felt during that first World Championship, the one that you won?
No, I feel better. That's the difference. Honestly, last time I won the World Championships, I got away with 2 games, and I didn't feel good. But I managed to come after the New Year's Eve break and just be at a great level. I don't know where that come from. This time I feel like I'm at a more consistent level. I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I come back after New Year and be absolutely terrible. So
well, the last 2 games you've kind of put out those fires before
yeah,
the start.
I've been a decent
time.
performance.
Yeah.
It's not been amazing, but I know there's more in the tank, and that's important for me to go back, practice tomorrow, come back New Year's Day, and you know, really put it on Gian and make him have to really work hard to beat me.
Well, I can let you go, otherwise the interview's going to be longer than the match was. Well done,
Might
Luke.
be. Thank you.